Good morning, everybody, and welcome to the Recovery Classroom. My name is Drew. I am an alcoholic, and today I'm a recovering alcoholic, and I cannot be any more grateful. We had an incredible crosstalk meeting. As always, just a group of people just sitting around talking shop, having a good time last night, and doing so without the need for drugs or alcohol. And, matter of fact, right before the meeting started, I was talking with a young lady. She'd come in to pick up her one-year chip. And she was super excited, as she should be. She's been through NA meetings. She's been in AA meetings. She's been in JKLMNOP meetings. She's been in them all, and she told us all. She said, "Crosstalk is my favorite meeting." She said, because there's no pressure, there's no stress. You just feel like you're walking in, sitting down, just talking to people you know. And so as she's sharing all this, I started thinking, isn't that what Bill refers to as far as based on attraction? Based on attraction. Bill wants people to he wanted people to be able to see that we can live a drug-free and an alcohol-free life and go, shit, that guy, wow, he's still got a rough life, but he's still happy. I wonder what's going on with him. See, that's what happened with me. Again, I go back to my own personal experience. I walked into a room by accident where, a lot of these people had just gotten out of prison. Some of them were going back to prison, but they were still laughing. They were still excited. And I couldn't wrap my brain around that. How in the blue hell could you possibly be that happy and be excited and be laughing and cutting up with your buddies and having fun? I just couldn't wrap my head around that. And that's what Bill meant about based on attraction. Bill was very clear, and before I go any further, let me throw this out there. Bill absolutely was all about promoting the book of Alcoholics Anonymous. He was not about promoting the 12 steps of Alcoholics Anonymous. You can go back through the storied history of AA and see the role that Hank Parkhurst played in promoting the book, see all the things that Bill Wilson himself did to help promote the book. Bill was all about promoting the book of Alcoholics Anonymous, but he did not want to promote the way of life of Alcoholics Anonymous, the 12 steps. And so that's why he gave us the out by saying we're based on attraction rather than promotion. And attraction is a critical piece. Just as I walked into a room full of people who should have been miserable, for all intents and purposes, they just got out of prison or they were going back to prison. For all intents and purposes, they should have been miserable, but they weren't. And that caught my interest. That piqued my interest. What are they doing? What's going on with these people? Hell, if that was me, I'd be absolutely miserable. But they weren't. And see, what happens is we need to be able to walk in when we're in that position of looking for that we've been given that gift of desperation. We're looking for that little glimmer of hope. We want to make sure that when people walk in, that we can at least share that glimmer of hope, that idea that you can get clean and sober without ever having to put another drink or drug into your body. Your life isn't going to get perfect, but the way in which you handle your life, it can get a hell of a lot better. When we show that to people, that's what gives them the glimmer of hope. And that's why the meetings are important. That's why we're always talking about the crosstalk concept and crosstalk format. When people come in, we never know, when they come in, what they might be needing to hear. If anything, they may not, they could just be showing up, and that's fair too. But we don't know what's going on in their lives. We don't know the battles that they're facing and that they're fighting. And that's why it's important for us to at least speak up. I used to say this all the time. You never know who needs to hear what it is you have to say. It could just change someone's life, including your own. That is so true. That is so true. When folks come in, they need to feel welcome. They need to, but they also need to be able to see that, this Drew guy, he doesn't have his shit together, but he's still happy. That's what Bill meant when he said based on attraction. It's a lot more credible, just from a purely rational perspective. It's a lot more credible to me to see somebody living and being happy. Whenever I see them in a meeting, I go in and see them in a meeting, and they're talking, they're excited to share, and they're talking about some really bad shit that happened, but yet they're still happy. Well, that lends a certain weight to what they're saying. In my mind, it lends a certain weight that gives them a little bit of credibility versus somebody going, I am happy, joyous, and free, and if you want what I have, then you better do what I tell you to do. Shit, that's enough to make me want to go out and drink again. Fuck no. If that's what this AA thing's all about, or NA thing's all about, I don't fucking want it. We have to encourage people, and remind people that, life doesn't necessarily get perfect by any means, but you can get a lot better. You can enjoy that life drug-free, alcohol-free. And it starts by associating yourself, hanging out with like-minded people. After the meeting, we went to Waffle House, and me and some of my friends were sitting there talking, and we were talking about the idea of hanging out with like-minded people. When you were drinking and drugging, didn't you hang out with like-minded people who also used or who also drank? So why is it so hard for you to hang out with like-minded people when you're trying to get sober? It's the same thing. We're just changing the group of people we're hanging out with, because those two different groups have two different objectives. So I want to encourage you today, find a group of people who attract you based on what you're seeing in their lives, the audio matching the video. Find a group of people and attach yourself to that group of people, because if those people have figured out how to solve their drinking and drugging problem, chances are you're going to figure out how to solve your own. So with that being said, I'll let you guys go. Thank you guys for letting me come in and share 5 to 10 minutes of your day with you. You guys absolutely keep me sober, and I could not be any more appreciative. If there's a topic you'd like to hear discussed, feel free to email it directly to me, Drew, D-R-E-W, at recoveryclassroom.org. I'll take a look at it, see what I can do. Or you can message us through the Facebook Recovery Classroom Facebook Messenger. Encourage you to share these videos with your friends. Invite your friends to the Recovery Classroom. So we'll be talking again soon. Remember, guys, you can't get drunk if you don't take that first drink.